now to the data leak bombshell causing shockwaves across the world, the so-called ICA files. The disclosure of...
You win. So,
What happens now?
the ball's in your court, Miss Burnwood. I do have other candidates, you know. Most of whom have never tied me to a chair. You've seen the news. That was 47 acting on his own. He is untethered, he is unstoppable, and he cannot be bargained with. He will find you, Mr. Edwards, and I'm the only chance you've got. I'm listening.
47 has one weakness. Me.
Şöyle yapalım. Ben bunu pek mantıklı bulmadım. Yani yine de load game yapmam gerektiğini düşünüyorum. Çünkü devam etmiyor. Şuradan diğer oyunun sonuna şey yapalım. Kendi kendine devam etsin. Çünkü öteki türlü mantıklı olmuyor yani pek. Bu 484 ne numarasıymış ya?
That was 10's 47.
Burayı az önce izledik. Tamam, silahımız var. Smokin'le başlayacağız. Cart curt. The Farewell. Briefing'i de bir izleyelim bakalım.
I found something. Buenos Aires International Airport this morning. Now watch this.
Heralds.
Trail ends at the airport, but turns out that a top Providence operative owns a vineyard in the area. Don Yates, of infamous New York law firm Morgan Yates & Cohn. And get this, is hosting his retirement party today.
She's infiltrated them. She's sending a message. She needs my help.
Could have fooled me.
You don't know her.
Anyway, if you're going after her, you'll need to deal with the Herald. Her name's Tamara Vidal, former CIA asset and political firebrand. She's a master of surveillance and the Constant's most trusted aide. She'll have eyes everywhere. You won't get far as long as she's in the game.
Why are you telling me this? I thought you were out.
Yeah. Old habits, I guess. Anyway, I need to go. See you around, 47.
No, you won't.
Güzel. Oynayalım.
Because you're not an idiot. Let's just humor him. Yates likes
Evet, Yayanı'ya gidelim bakalım.
Don't be long.
You got my message.
You'd never get caught on camera. Not unless you wanted to be seen. So what's the play?
You're not the only one who's been busy, 47. I'm this close to becoming the next Constant. I'll be able to dismantle Providence from the inside. Only one man stands in my way. Don Yates. That weasel was the partner's legal counsel for years. He's the top candidate. But remove him from the playing field.
Burada altyazılar kayboldu.
It won't work. If Edward suspects...
I will convince him you acted alone. Retaliation for Grey. Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
The Herald, Tamara Vidal. She has eyes everywhere, and they're all fixed on you. The plan won't work unless we take her out.
She never leaves my side for long. Whatever your plan is, I'll help you if I can.
You're sure about this?
As sure as I'll ever be.
Diana oyun mu oynuyor
I
yoksa...
got you an invitation, just like old times. Come find me when it's done. Good luck, 47. Like I said, we'll talk again when it's done.
Arabayla gitseydik güzel olabilirdi ya.
¿Qué más?
Ready, Pam? 3, 2, 1, and...
For more than 2 decades, New York-based law firm...
She must be over the moon about John stepping down. She's been living alone here for, what, 6 years? Ever since the scandal that ruined her career.
Are you kidding? Do I know him?
Nah. You're not getting in here. Nice try. You heard it. Now beat it.
Bienvenidos to Viñeda Yates, señor. May I see your invitation, please? Gracias, señor. Enjoy the party.
Evening, senor. Would you care for an aperitif?
Thank you. So, you must know everything that goes on at the event. Care to give me the lowdown?
Let's see. Most of the guests have already arrived, and let me tell you, it's like a Forbes 500 convention in there. Most are high-profile clients of Morgan, Yates, and Corn. But the Yateses are still no shows. Word is, they're still up at the house.
They haven't made an entrance yet. Curious. Any idea why?
Well, I probably shouldn't be saying this, but word is that Yates was in a great mood this morning, but that all changed when the letter arrived.
The letter?
Yeah, an honest-to-God letter delivered by courier. I mean, who writes letters anymore? Anyway, it must have been bad news, because Senor Yates heard the plant off the balcony. Big heavy one, too. It almost hit Isabel, one of the maids who had to go lie down.
Oh. Anything else?
The party is not the only thing happening at the estate. The winery is open for guests, too. You should check it out if you're interested in winemaking. It's harvest season, after all.
I might just do that. Thank you for your
Güzel.
time.
Buradan birkaç ipucu alıyoruz aslında. Yani Hitman'in bu şeyini çok seviyorum. Bu olayını. Yani kesinlikle bizim hikayeyi kendimiz oluşturmamıza izin veriyor. Ama bir arama geliyor. Bunu bir açmam lazım.
Alo?
Evet geldim, kusura bakmayın. araç satışıyla alakalı adam bayağı bir aradı ve muhabbet etmek zorunda kaldım. Şu an bir izleyicimiz varmış Twitch'te. Bakalım YouTube ne durumda? Tamam. Evet, şöyle Twitch'i açıp bırakalım kenarda. Etraftan bir şeyler toplamamız lazım. Yani ne var ne yok. İşte atıyorum. İşte ne toplayacağız? İşte zehir falan. Bravo! Alkışlayın beni. Çok güzel öldürüyorum.
Vidal and Mr. Corvo Black, an employee of Mr. Yates from New York. He hasn't checked in with us yet. Would you like us to call him for you?
That won't be necessary. We'll go at our own pace.
No problem. I will tell Mr. Vargas, Chief Winemaker, to expect your arrival. You are in for a treat.
What do you make of this?
Well, Yates wants us out of the way. There's a reason we're the only heralds going on this tour of his.
He's
See that guy over there? That's Dom Yates Fixer from New York.
Corvo, got a message from the boss. Steady calls.
Let me guess, the Burnwood woman.
That's right. Yates has arranged for the chief winemaker to take Burnwood and Tamara Vidal on a grand tour of the estate. Wants you to tag along.
Not for my sparkling personality. This Burnwood woman sure has his panties in a twist. Wonder what the deal is.
Yates' business is his business. Just get yourself ready and sign into the visitor center. Oh, have a drink on my behalf.
Don't drink. Makes me sentimental.
A private tour of the estate. Diana, Vidal, and this fixer, Corvo Black. Black is a threat, but also an opportunity. Yates's own machinations are inconsequential. Joining the tour will give access to Vidal, away from the crowd.
With its ruthless Victor Corvo Black and the estate's chief winemaker Gabriel Vargas joining the tour as either Black or Vargas will give you close access to Vidal, away from prying eyes. Evet, olabilir.
Looking good, looking good.
Yates. Yeah. You mind telling me what I'm... Yeah.
Nothing quite spoils a party like your guests.
Fake couple of spots on the tour after.
A couple of old money scions, bankrupt.
So you're not sure? Does that mean there's a plan A? One where I don't stand a 50-50 chance of getting caught? I mean, you do realise the risk, boss. Broad daylight, workers around. Who exactly? Right.
It's a nice gesture.
But if I'm going to be one of these heralds, you need to start letting me in on it.
Caution and modesty has never been
Okay.
Don Yates' style.
So who's this fool guy?
See the wine list?
I'm more of a beer man myself, but if Yates wants to bring the heralds closer
No
together and
problem.
play the modern boss,
I just never framed an urban legend before. Very post-truth. I like it.
Plus, he has good reason to. He is Edward's closest legal advisor. Not even Thomas Cross or Eugene Cobb had a direct line of contact. I think Yates.
Hadi bakalım, nereye gideceksin? İç civarında.
How do you think? She and her friends took on a buck. Probably rotten. How does she fit into the herald? But on the other hand, people defect all the time, and certainly qualified.
Bak en güzeli şu an. En güzeli şu an. En güzeli şu an. Has. Gitti ya.
Was there some kind of scandal?
Nothing public. She just left. Must have gotten a better offer. You know how these firebrands are. Always ready to
St. Martin. Just tell me to check on those accounts we discussed. Correct. Panama to Midtown, Costa Rica. My instructions were followed to the letter.
These majestic plains were my children, and they carry here to pick up the mantle of my ancestors.
Load. 10.44. Şimdi mi yani?
Hey, mister. Who are you? Stop it right there.
Ne crime ya? Hiçbir şey yapmadık ki. Allah Allah.
Who are you, man? Do I know you?
Ya ne suspicious'ı ya. Heh.
To lure in the Silicon Valley. At Pax Mundus, we did a report about the geopolitical ramifications should future Federation ever get into office and trigger a regional surge to the right.
Allah Allah.
To lure in the Silicon Valley. At Pax Mundus, we did a report about the geopolitical ramifications should future Federation ever get into office and trigger a regional surge to the right. But the party lost momentum when Vidal stepped down.
Was there some kind of scandal?
Nothing public. She just left. Must have gotten
Bakalım bir tur atalım bu adamı bir izleyelim nerelerden gidiyor, nerelere geçiyor. Çünkü belli bir süre sonra loop oluyor. Loop'a döndüğü zaman da şey yapabiliriz. Bu bir hikaye şeysi. Görev hikayesi. Hikaye görevi ya da artık hangisiyse. Hiçbir şekilde kimseyi öldürmeden yapmaya çalışmak istiyorum aslında bu sefer.
doing here, Dexy?
Monumental Records are longtime clients of Morgan Yates and Co. I thought we'd come to a Hey there.
Şimdi şurada bir kaydedelim. Bakalım nasıl olacak. Güzel. Oldu. İstediğim gibi oldu.
Oh, hey.
Hello there, and welcome to the Yates one.
Corvo Black. I'm on the tour.
Right, Mr. Black. Welcome. Miss Burnwood and Miss Vidal will meet you down by the wine fields. I trust you know the way.
I can find my way around.
Enjoy the tour.
Hola, amigo!
You buy it?
It's not unreasonable. Think about it. Duval was
Aşağı inmem gerekiyor anladığım kadarıyla. Evet. Heh, zaten şimdi çıktı. Yanlış olmuş. Kusura bakma. Buradan geçmemem gerekiyor demek ki. Sanırım başka bir yerden gireceğim.
Yeah, hello.
You asked me. The Constant must have lost his mind.
Looking good today,
Burnwood
sir.
was in league with Grey. She's responsible for killing how many of our people? How could she be a herald? Maybe Vidal will put her downstairs.
These majestic trains were my children, and they carry here to keep us the mantle of my
Over here.
You two must be Burnwood and Vidal.
And you must be Yates's garbage man. Sorry, but I didn't catch your name.
This is Corvo Black, Tamara. He's a ICA regular.
I only work with the best.
Well, we're all here, it seems. Except for our guide, the chief winemaker. Looks like we're stuck here until someone fetches him. Mr. Black, I'm looking in your direction.
Hold on. I'll track him down.
Attaboy. Do try and bring him back in one piece. Counterintuitive as that may be.
That was a bit rude.
Yes, yes it was.
Milton Fitzpatrick, Quantum Leap, Dynasty Global. All the big players now officially.
I grew up here. These majestic trains were my playground, and they carry here to pick up the mantle of my ancestors. See, yes. fine. Our goal is to get rid of the people.
Senor Vargas,
What? What is it now? What?
you have some guests waiting. Senor Yates wanted you to give them the grand tour. Remember?
If I don't have more important things to do than babysit Yates' socialite friends. It's only harvest season.
Better do what he says, Patron. Big shot New York lawyer like that. Don't want to get on his bad side.
Well, I'm not going anywhere until I have decided if the crop is right for picking. Bring me the 3 Malbec grapes, says Ramon. If Yates doesn't like how I prioritize, he can weigh me down with concrete and toss me off a bridge. How's that?
3 grapes, was it? I'll get my picking knife.
State-of-the-art winemaking facility to our carefully nurtured fruit shop. Handpicked with loving care by local experts. We have only one goal. Make the best
It's gonna be one of those days, isn't it?
Nerede şimdi üzümler? Üzümleri niye göstermiyorsun? Niye göremiyoruz? Üzümler nerede? Bağrı yanık Anadolu çocuğu gibi geziniyor burada bu. Ama önce bir tuvalet arası. Evet, devam edelim bakalım. YouTube'da ne durumdayız? YouTube'da kimse yok. Twitch'te 2 izleyicimiz var. Çok iyiyiz. Şu anda Grape Shed. Buradan o zaman şey yapacağız.
Ears. My head. What should I do now? I reckon I should just come to work and tell them I'm not.
Shame about your boy Leandro throwing his knee out yesterday.
Bunlar senden şüphelenebilir diyorsun yani. O yüzden bunlara çok diyorsun, yaklaşma diyorsun yani. Ama buralarda da hiç üzüm yok diyorsun yani. İşini iyice zorlaştırmak için elimden geleni yapıyorum diyorsun yani.
People like that think of you. Because they don't think of you at all.
Mr. Vargas, I have the 3 grapes you requested.
Yes, good. Bring him here. Now, let's see. A lovely inky black color. Good size. Large and firm. Seeds brown. Excellent. Finally, taste. Sweet, flavorful, robust tannins. Some floral notes. Marvelous. Why, I say these grapes are ripe for harvest. Inform the workers, will you, Ramon? I have a third to contact.
Will do.
Anything going on down here right now? And because I don't...
Yeniden kıyafetimizi giyelim. Ve turumuza geçelim.
Grew up here. These majestic plains were my playground, and returning here to pick up the mantle of my ancestors feels just incredibly profound.
Ah, my fellow wine lovers. Hello. Welcome to Viñeda Yates. I do apologize for the delay. The Malbec grape is a demanding mistress. So, I am Gabriel Vargas, Chief Winemaker, and I will be your tour guide. Any questions before we start?
Yes, but you're not going to like them.
We're good. Lead the way, Senor Vargas.
Bu niye kadın sürekli böyle kötü
These are
davranıyor?
busy times. In fact, we're just about to harvest this year's crop. Great expectations. So, how do you like Argentina?
Like everywhere else. Full of Americans.
First stop on the tour is the production floor, where our prize-winning Malbec grapes are processed. We insist on steaming every grape by hand, which means that during harvest season, the grapes do tend to pile up. Luckily, we have plenty of storage space. Our equipment is state-of-the-art, including an industrial-sized freezer unit, and last but not least, our trusty grape crusher.
Interesting. Wouldn't you say, Mr. Black?
Follow me, please.
Wine man, Black? Somehow you don't seem the type.
Oh, I believe Mr. Black here is something of a jack of all trades. Isn't that so?
I dabble.
I see. I just thought Yates might be sending a message. My mistake.
So, have any of you been to our vineyard before?
Only on business.
Next on our tour is the fermentation atrium. The wine goes through its primary stage of fermentation. These big open tanks, yeast converts the sugars in the wine to alcohol, a process that lasts between 5 and 15 days. This is also where we squeeze the mass into a fine juice using our great warrior hombre. Know you? ¿Hijo de puta ese? You know you? Hey, hey! Why aren't you listening to me? Are you there for something? Go ahead, be an asshole.
Hell bloody hell.
Olmadı. Olmadı. Olmadı. Mahvolduk.
Harvest season, the grapes do tend to pile up. Luckily, we have plenty of storage space. Our equipment is state-of-the-art, including an industrial-sized freezer unit, and last but not least, our trusty grape crusher.
Interesting. Wouldn't you say, Mr. Black?
Follow me, please.
Are you a wine man, Black? Somehow you don't seem the type.
Oh, I believe Mr. Black here is something of a jack of all trades. Isn't that so?
I dabble.
I see. I just thought Yates might be sending a message. My mistake.
So, have any of you been to our vineyard before?
Only on business.
Next on our tour is the fermentation atrium, where the wine goes through its primary stage of fermentation. In these big open tanks, yeast converts the sugars in the wine to alcohol, in a process that lasts between 5 and 15 days. This is also where we squeeze the mass into a fine juice using our grape presser before the longer secondary stage of fermentation.
Fascinating.
Now, before we move on, do any of you have questions?
How about you, Mr. Black?
I have a question. It's... perhaps we can take a closer look.
Certainly. Lead the way.
What can you tell me about this device? Grape presser, was it?
That is correct, senor. After primary fermentation, the mass is pressed through a fine filter, leaving only the flesh and skins behind. Oye, ese es mi pie. Cuidado, huevón. That is correct, senor. After primary fermentation, the mass is pressed through a fine filter.
Kendi kendine benden şüphelendi. Ondan sonra kendi kendine benden şüphelenmekten vazgeçti.
Grape stomping, the iconic practice of crushing grapes with your bare feet, is historically red.
Merhaba Efe, hoş geldin.
But you are most welcome to try. Imagine you're a grape.
Thanks. I'll pass.
Go on. I'll take a picture of the three of you.
Oh, come on, Tamara. When in Rome.
Fine.
Say queso.
May I see that, Mr. Vargas? I believe I blinked.
So, this is what's in this.
Sir! Yes, you! Do you recognize him at all? I certainly don't.
Don't push. I'm not playing around.
you can play me for a fool? Playtime is over. Regards.
Olmadı. Yine olmadı. Yine olmadı. Ben orada onu preslemem gerektiğini düşündüm şey yaparak. Yanlış oldu söyleyeyim. Hikaye beni oraya atıyor sandım.
During harvest season, the grapes do tend to pile up. Luckily, we have plenty of storage space. Our equipment is state of the art, including an industrial-sized freezer unit, and last but not least, our trusty grape crusher.
Interesting. Wouldn't you say, Mr. Black?
Follow me, please.
Are you a wine man, Black? Somehow you don't seem the type.
Oh, I believe Mr. Black here is something of a jack of all trades. Isn't that so?
I dabble.
I see. I just thought Yates might be sending a message. My mistake.
So, have any of you been to our vineyard before?
Only on business.
Next on our tour is the fermentation atrium, where the wine goes through its primary stage of fermentation.
Şurada bir kaydedelim. Hızlıca dönebilmek için.
In these big open tanks, yeast converts the sugars in the wine to alcohol in a process that lasts between 5 and 15 days. This is also where we squeeze the mass into a fine juice using our grape presser for the longer secondary stage of fermentation.
Fascinating.
Now, before we move on,
I have a question. It's... perhaps we can take a closer look.
certainly.
What can you tell me about this device? Grape presser, was it?
That is correct, senor. After primary fermentation, the mass is pressed through a fine filter, leaving only the flesh and skins behind. I should add that grape stomping, the iconic practice of crushing grapes with your bare feet, is historically read and mostly a tourist gimmick. But you are most welcome to try. Imagine you're a grape.
Thanks. I'll pass.
Go on. I'll take a picture of the three of you.
Oh, come on, Tamara. When in Rome.
Fine.
Say queso.
May I see that, Mr. Vargas? I believe I blinked.
So, this is what the little guy feels like.
No, all good. Looks like one for the mantle.
Anything else you wish to know? There's really no trouble.
I got all I need.
Are you enjoying yourself, Mr. Black?
Oh, it's all very inspiring.
Winemaking is a grampus. Sure. Everyone talks about craft beer these days. You can make a decent IPA in your pantry. It is pedestrian. Oh, this, my friends, this is true grandeur. Excelente. So let's continue to the barrel room, if you'll follow me. So we arrived to our final stop, the barrel
Çok
room.
sabır gerektiriyor
This is
ya.
where we store the wine during the secondary stage of fermentation. The area behind the glass is where we keep our most precious
Evening, sir.
bottles, including a 1945 Grand Paladin, the most expensive wine in existence. The access doors, which are made from ballistic glass, can only be unlocked from the security room high above our heads.
Remarkable.
Ah, here comes Senor Yates now. I shall leave you in his capable hands.
How reassuring.
Ah, Miss Burnwood, is it not? Don Yates. Pleased to meet you. You come very highly recommended. As chief of the Heralds, let me be the
Güzel.
first to say welcome aboard.
Why, thank you, Mr. Yates. Rest assured that I will be following your every lead. Very, closely.
Say, that reminds me. We're about to have a little Herald get-together up at the house. Just a modest toast to celebrate my forthcoming inauguration as Constant. You are, of course, most welcome to join us. I believe you shall make a fine Herald once the training wheels are off.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Capital. Right this way, into the lion's den. Why don't you take a break, Corvo? We're done here for now, I think. Oh, but don't go too far. I may still need your services later.
I'll be closer than you think.
Oh, almost forgot. Cortazar, please nip down to the wine cellar and tell Mr. Flowers, the sommelier, to prep the 1945 Grand Paladin and bring it up to the house for our special occasion.
Got it, Chief.
Oracıkta öldürüverse miydik?
Flowers. Mr. Yates wants the 1945 Grand Paladin brought up to the house. Special occasion.
What? But did aliens land on the front lawn? Have the ghosts of Jesus, John Lennon, and Eva Perón unexpectedly come for dinner? Help me out here. What could possibly be so special?
Above your clearance, Flowers. Just fetch it already.
Fine. What's the passcode again?
Last year of World War II. If you have to look it up, shame on you.
A meeting
Last year of World War II.
And judging from Yates's choice of wine, some type of celebration. Likely a gathering of heralds, come to congratulate Yates on his upcoming promotion. Diana's presence, a calculated risk.
Screwdriver'ı nereden bulacağım şimdi ya? Kameramızla hackleyebilir miyiz peki? Onunla olmuyor. Screwdriver bulmam lazım ama şu an bulamam yani hiçbir yerden. Şimdi nereden bulacağız bunu ya? Bakalım şuralarda bir dolaşalım. Burada vardır kesin screwdriver.
Thanks.
Orada öldürsek daha Hızlı gideriz. Yani hikayeyi çok uzatmanın pek bir mantığı yok. Bir taşla iki kuş da orada öldür geç. Çünkü screwdriver lazım. Bir de şuralarda bakalım bulabilecek miyiz, onlara bir bakalım. Gidiyorlar ya hiç beni beklemeden.
Hey.
Grand Paladin, the most expensive wine in existence. The access doors, which are made from ballistic glass, can only be unlocked from the security room high above our heads.
Remarkable.
Ah, here comes Senor Yates now. I shall leave you in his capable hands.
How reassuring.
Ah, Miss Burnwood, is it not? Don Yates, pleased to meet you. You come very highly recommended. As Chief of the Heralds, let me be the first to say welcome aboard.
Why, thank you, Mr. Yates. Rest assured that I will be following your every lead very closely.
Say, that reminds me. We're about to have a little Herald get-together up at the house. Just a modest toast to celebrate my fourth...
Olmamalıydı böyle ya.
You can make a decent IPA in your pantry. It is. Oh, this, my friends, this is true grandeur. Gente, let's continue to the barrel. You'll follow me. And so we arrive to our final
Aslında
stop,
şeyde yaşamak güzel.
barrel room. This is where we store the wine during the secondary stage of fermentation. The area behind the glass is where we keep our most precious bottles, including a 1945 Grand Paladin, the most expensive wine in existence. The access doors, which are made from ballistic glass, can only be unlocked from the security room high above our heads.
Remarkable.
Ah, here comes Senor Yates now. I shall leave you in his capable hands.
How reassuring.
Ah, Miss Burnwood, is it not? Don Yates, pleased to meet you. You come very highly recommended. As Chief of the Heralds, let me be the first to say welcome aboard.
Why, thank you, Mr. Yates. Rest assured that I will be following your every lead very closely.
Say, that reminds me. We're about to have a little Herald get-together up at the house. Just a modest toast to celebrate my forthcoming inauguration as constant. You are, of course, most welcome.
Aa. Olmadı. Olmadı, olmadı. Yine olmadı. Bir kere daha deneyeceğim. Eğer olmazsa...
Excelente. Let's continue to the barrel room. If you'll follow me.
And so we arrive to our final stop, the barrel room. This is where we store the wine during the secondary stage of fermentation. The area behind the glass is where we keep our most precious bottles, including a 1945 Grand Paladin, the most expensive wine in existence. The access doors, which are made from ballistic glass, can only be unlocked in the security room high above our heads.
Remarkable.
Ah, here comes Senor Yates now. I shall leave you in his capable.
How reassuring.
Ah, Miss Burnwood, is it not? Don Yates. Pleased to meet you. You come very highly recommended. As Chief of the Heralds, let me be the first to say welcome aboard.
Why, thank you, Mr. Yates. Rest assured that I will be following your every...
Hey, hey!
Biraz burada bekleyelim bakalım bulmalarını. Bakalım bulabilecekler mi?
Please, you need to leave now, for your own safety.
I got it.
Someone's causing panic. Any clues about our man? Perp's trying to blend.
Okay.
Please, someone, anyone!
Şöyle yapalım. Şu biber Şeyimizi bir alalım.
Oh my God! Get help!
Aa, olmadı, olmadı, olmadı. Aa, lanet olsun. Mr. Smith beni öldürdü. Oy oy oy. Aslında yaklaştık bayağı. Çok da şey yapmak istemiyorum. Uzatmak istemiyorum yani. Ama böyle yaptıkça da uzuyor gibi bir durum var aslında. Yani bir şeyimiz olsa aslında çok daha kolay olacak ama.
This is where we store the wine in the secondary stage of fermentation. The area behind the glass is where we keep our most precious bottles, including a 1945 Grand Paladin, the most expensive wine in existence. The access doors, which are made from ballistic glass, can only be unlocked from the security room high above our heads.
Remarkable.
Ah, here comes Senor Yates now. I shall leave you in his capable hands.
How reassuring.
Ah, Miss Burnwood, is it not? Don Yates, pleased to meet you. You come very highly recommended. As Chief of the Heralds, let me be the first to say.
Please, please, perdóname. Déjame suelto. Oh, Jesus!
Try to get inside that safe back there?
Any luck?
Nah, not yet.
I bet it's something cool, though. It's usually last wills and surveillance pics. You know, blackmail. Or sometimes the odd.
Güzel, bu sefer hızlı bir şekilde halledebildiğimizi düşünüyorum. Evet, şu an bizden kimse şüphelenmiyor şu anda. Hızlıca çıkabiliriz.
CEO of Kronstadt. I dare say congratulations, Bird.
47.
It's done. Now what?
Now, we strike at the heart.
Edwards. You know how to find him, don't you?
Why, Edwards finds you, 47. He is untraceable, and he never lets you forget it. He is cocky, and that will be his downfall.
What's the plan?
Too many eyes. Meet me at the Olive Grove at sunset. One last tango, 47.
Evet, bu görev de bitti. Artık bir sonraki görevimiz Necessary Evil olacak. İzleyen arkadaşlara teşekkür ediyoruz. Bir sonraki yayında görüşmek üzere. Hoşça kalın diyorum ve yayını sonlandırıyorum.